Listen, somebody asked me off the air, why would you call the Dark Ages, the 2000s, the Dark Ages, though? In the Dark Ages, it started off with Eminem being considered the GOAT. Absolutely. Magazines defined him as the GOAT. I know I was there when I was giving Eminem's first album, though. They were saying he was the GOAT. This is also the era where payola becomes massive, where it's pre-payola. Where, like if we get a whole team of FBI commandos and we break into Hot 97, though, we won't find the payola. You know what I mean? Like we just try to get some. Maybe we get my producer G-Mat swinging from the window, crash through the window. You can't find it. You can't find it. There's no payola. I told you wouldn't find it. I told you wouldn't find the drugs here. You know what I mean? And then because as when I spoke to the directors of 105.1 and we talked to other people, I also did a feature in 2005 about Funk Flex and his payola legend, his the reality of his payola taking. And the thing about it was because radio in the 2000s becomes officially digitized. Before the DJs and the disc jockeys, I don't know, disc jockeys, not DJing anything, disc jockeys, right? Were jockeying records or getting paid to play stuff, right? They weren't really, they were just choosing bad records. You know what I'm saying? So we have an era in the 90s where you get the stories where Funk Flex didn't protect your neck. You know what I'm saying? And you get stories like that because, sometimes the DJ doesn't know a damn thing about a good record. You know what I mean? Or give a shot to a good record, and that's a shame. But the thing about it was, by 2005, I mean, it's way past due where payola has been digitized as a meeting ground. I want to kind of, let me see if I can construct this right now, stream it consciously, as the transatlantic, slave trade. You know what I'm saying? So we have 3 points of intersection here, and we would have the radio, we would have the record label, and then, yes, we have the artist themselves. Or, as I like to call properly in the 2000s, the performer. The performer. He's not an artist. You know what I mean? He's not making art, though. He's just doing performances that get him signed. So, I always like to use my example of Eazy-E. You know what I mean? A rapper that we all find endearingly savage, and unable to write the complex lyricism that Ice Cube was known for example, And then when we argue, say, I like Eazy-E. He's got all the tools, man, but he don't write his own rhyme. And then you would go, but he's not really that good, so it's okay, but he only knows about stuff that he lived, the street-ish, and he doesn't know how to articulate that. We have all these reasons, and it's true, word. And we go, salute Eazy-E, you know what I mean? And when you hear an NWA record and you hear Eazy-E, you got an MC with all the tools, besides, writing his own lyrics and stuff, right? So when the 2000s come, because people have become clever, because they become intelligent, you get the Lil Waynes, you get the Ludacris's, you get the guys that are going to college and they're cleverly making stupid music. You know what I mean? I bugged out the day I found out. And it was an issue. I was at the source, and they're doing an issue. You know what's funny? Certain people at the source, they knew more about everybody's given name, their birth name, how they were raised, the bio details. And they didn't know anything about the catalog. It was like that, when Nas does the UBR, the autobiography of Rakim, and he's like, his wife's name is Fifi. And I'm like, I don't know his wife's name, but I know all the records that he came out with. It was like that in the source. They knew the guy's life. He likes to golf in his free time, and he likes to read novels by Jane Austen, you'd be surprised by. But they had no idea what records he was making, who was producing, this and that. They were not familiar with things. You know what I mean? And so we did an article about the college, the level of college and education levels that certain rappers have passed. And I was like, wow, these guys may have done better in college than I did. You know, some of them didn't finish college. But the point was that they got in. You know what I mean? They went through the process of getting in, which calls for some type of intelligence. And Ludacris has a degree. I got to look it up. You listener, stop this right now. Pause and look it up. Because I forget, because I don't want to know this stuff. I don't want to know this mundane information only to make the point that I'm trying to make. They've already made the point. You know what I mean? I can remember different things now, right? But they know more. They know about they have degrees in the actual radio and business, music business industry. Whereas I'm learning it piecemeal. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fly on the wall seeing stuff that's atrocious. You know what I mean?